Is there any of us here that doesn't want to be great? Is there any of us here that doesn't aspire for greatness? If you are here, you can show. If there is anybody within these premises who will not be happier to come when it is said, we are making an appeal. Those who can give 10,000, bring it. If you will not be happier to be one of them than to be among those who say, they will say, the rest, any little that you have, bring it. If you are not going to be happy, if you are going to be named among the highest, you can raise your hand. You see, there is a funny video that came around some time back. There is a little boy that was asked, what do you want to be in future? And he said he wants to be a mate. And in that boy's mind, being a mate is a great occupation. He didn't say it because he knew it was a small job or a medium job. He said it because he felt that it was a sign of greatness. Maybe he sits in the bus every time and sees how just one man who calls himself mate will be collecting money from everyone and say, I want to be like this. Hello. So everybody wants to be great. You see, even the saints, sometimes we hear that some of them will say, Saint Teresa, the child is a little child, small, I want to be humble. Why? Because they knew that humility is the road to greatness. So they were aspiring for greatness. So sometimes we may look at James and John in our gospel today, and like the 10 others who were indignant, who were angry, why are they trying to be on the top? And we act as if it has never crossed our mind. You are a liar. Everybody aspires to be great. So those 10 other disciples, because they were not bold enough to go to Jesus and tell him that we want you to give us this privileged position, they were angry with the other two. Why? Because they had the boldness to go forward and ask for it. It's not because it was a wrong desire. It is not wrong to want to be great. It is not wrong to aspire to the highest level. It's not wrong to want to have money. It's not wrong to want to be worthy, to have all that you need. No, it is never wrong. The only thing is that if not well ordered, if you do not do it the Jesus way, you are going to find yourself doing everything possible, which includes, and in most times, involves doing evil things. And that is why you hear people killing so that they can occupy a position. You hear that people are poisoning their friends so that they will die because they see them as competitors. We hear of young people selling their bodies to anybody just so that we can have money, we can have some kind of extreme favor and be in a privileged position. We hear of young people going into armed robbery, internet fraud, and all those things, all because we have this inner desire to be great. And because we didn't order it well, we are using the wrong means. You see, sometimes I think about it. It is not wrong for somebody to aspire to be the president of this country. No. And we are seeing many people who are aspiring to be so. December, we are going to go for an election. And many people are desiring to become presidents of this country. And it is right and good. But now the question is, what are they doing in order to attain it? People are going to die so that somebody will achieve his aim. People are going to kill. People are going to tamper and try to, you see, this is the time for blackmail. People are going to use every other means every wrong means to get to that position. But the funny thing is that you cannot stop. If you kill to get into a position, you have to kill more to maintain that position. And so we keep doing the evil things. It's like when you steal, you have to lie to cover up your stealing. Is that not so? And when you keep lying, you see, that's why I tell my children in school every day that there are two things I will not condone. A child who steals and lies. Why? Because you see, it starts gradually. Because I went to school, you see, I tell this story to the children every time, and it's a true story. When I was young, a little boy in primary school, we used to have a friend called Isaac. Isaac came from a rich family. And so whenever he comes to school, and Isaac grew up, God is good. And God is good. So he came from a rich family. And whenever it's break time, Isaac knows he's coming from a rich family. And he knows some of us are from low families. So Isaac would come outside during break and say, you know, when I was young, there was this biscuit we used to call an Sampana biscuit. There was a salt, and they had biscuits. The boy will come and stand there and say, who will buy biscuit for me? And he will be rushing. Why? Because if I go and buy it and come, at least I'll get small to eat. And Isaac loved it. That we're all rushing. But you see, he came from a rich family. We all wanted to be like Isaac. But because somebody went the wrong way, there was one boy called Raouf. After some time, we saw that Raouf also came to school and we be doing, who will buy biscuit for me? Raouf was not having money. What did Raouf get money for? Until one day, an assembly was called, and the school proprietor came and said, one boy has been stealing his mother's money, and the mother is scared. And he got the disgrace of his life. Because we are all aspiring to be like Isaac one day, but Raouf went the wrong way. Some of us felt that if I keep studying hard and I go forward, one day I will also become great. So, in the end, we all achieve the greatness, but how did you achieve yours? And because he's told, he has to cover up with lies. And you see, when a child begins to steal and lies, one day the younger sister or brother will catch him and say, I'll tell mom, I'll tell daddy. And we say, oh, please, I'll give you one seed. The bribery has started. The small child will keep quiet. One day, you will catch him again and you say, this time I'll not give you anything. And the child will be angry. And I said, I'm going to tell mom, and you catch him and beat him. You see that? We call it concatenation of sin. It started with stealing. He entered lies. He enters bribery. Now he is oppressing others. That is how it is. If you do it the wrong way, you have to maintain it the wrong way. And that is why Jesus is giving us an example today. Do it my way. You see, Jesus feels, he said in the second reading, he tells us that we have a high priest who feels everything we feel. So that time when you went out with people and they took a task and you had to go with Joshua because you didn't have money, Jesus feels that pain. Jesus understands. When because of that you are aspiring for greatness, Jesus feels it and he knows and he understands. The only thing he's telling you is that go it my way. And what is his way? His way is the way of service. And sometimes we look at service as bringing myself down, putting myself on the floor, becoming the least, looking at myself in a dejected way. No. Service is the acknowledgement that my greatness is not on on earth. Hello? Did somebody hear that? I said, see service as a Christian. See service as the acknowledgement that your greatness is not on earth. God is the one who gives greatness. And that's why it's well tells us that it is his blessings that makes a person rich. Our struggles add nothing to it. And so he gives us a perfect example of himself. In the first reading, he said, if my servant suffers to save others, I will make him great. And in that second reading, he tells us how Jesus was obedient. He felt our pain. Now in the gospel, he tells us, if you want to be great, lower yourself. Many people have missed so much opportunities because they raised their shoulders. Because they are seeing the work they are doing now as a work for nobodies. Because today you are selling something, you feel that you are nobody. No! Because today it's not the time. Because today you are not getting to where you want to be. You feel that every other thing you are doing is beneath you. No! Do it with the greatest devotion. In there lies your greatness. Do not disdain yourself now. Little beginnings. Do not throw them away. Do not see whatever you may be doing now and whatever corner. What so long as you are doing it with the love of God. So long as you are doing it with the fear of God. So long as you are doing it the Jesus way. Do not be afraid that the process is slow. You will surely get there. And that is what we call true greatness. The one that nobody, you see, Jesus told Martha, say, Mary has chosen the good part, which nobody can take away from her. Pray for that greatness that nobody can take away from you. Because you gave it the right way, the Jesus way. Pray for that one that God will say, it is yours. So you keep praying and doing your best in humility and in service, following the Jesus who called you. Because he didn't call us to disgrace us. And what he has promised, he will do. He has promised he will never fail. I will honor him. I will honor him. He has promised he will never fail. His faithfulness is forevermore. His faithfulness is forever. So in a world where people are doing everything just so that they will be great, Jesus is telling you and I today to do it the right way. To go in his way. Because in truth, every corner, every part of our life today is showing us the wrong way. You see, and it's more difficult when you are going through challenges. Because all the parts that people are going to show you. And remember, I said that inwardly, we all want to be great. And if you want to be great, and somebody is showing you a simple solution, seemingly simple solution, do this, clear this person from them. My brothers and sisters, even in the church, people are claiming their fellow brothers for positions. Do not deceive yourself. Even in the church, People are taking their fellows. I'm sure we have heard of the story of two Catholics in the same church who went to the same fetish priest. They went to kill each other. And they now jump each other. So kill this person for me, kill this person for me. And why? Small position. That will not last forever. People are too careful now because the greatness that we desire is making us do heinous things. Sometimes you sit back and you wonder, who is going to be president forever? But you can live in that kingdom of God forever. He says, if you believe that the kingdom of God has come upon you, so you can be right here and be enjoying that kingdom because you are with Jesus. He's the greatest possession. That is what the song says. This is my story. This is my song. I praise Him forever. Why? Because I have Jesus. He's the one who has Jesus, who has the greatest possession. Every other thing will pass away. Do not be deceived. You are working with somebody in the market, and you want to be ahead. You want to be the one they are speaking of. You see, sometimes, even within our circle, if you do not take care, two priests in the parish can be in bad terms because of this desire for business. We sit on two chairs, and probably people are rushing to one person. That person is the person they are always mentioning. And we all want it. Everybody wants that attention. If you do not take care, that is when the devil strikes. Remember, it was in that deepest, weakest moment of Jesus, when he was physically weak, that the devil came and said, I will give you all this if you bow to me. So the devil will look for you. What your desire is. I have a strong desire to be this in life. And Jesus is showing you the right way, but sometimes Jesus' way seems long and difficult. So the devil comes and gives you an easy way. Yes, today if you are the church president, people will know you. Tomorrow you want to be this. So that means being a church president is important. Okay, I want to be a church president. Now, somebody else is trying to contest with you. Anyhow, anyway, that person must go. That is how it starts. See, it begins with little things. You begin insulting the person. After insulting the person, you realize that it is not making much impact. So I will look for a secret of that person. Even though we are in the same church, now it's about survival. Be careful. The devil is looking for all of us. And he wants to catch us where our desire is. You want a woman, a fellow was first before you. You will kill that person to get the woman to marry. People are doing things, strange things, evil things. You want a man. People have caused others to fall into serious sickness because of something they have. Sometimes a gift they have. A gift that sometimes they may be using in the same church that you are. But this person sings. And I wanted to be that person. I want to be that person that will sing in the church and people will clap for me. Somebody else is the one. How do I bring that person down? In Africa, in our world, in Ghana, in our church, the mentality is that unless somebody goes down, I can't go up. But remember, Jesus said, in my Father's house, there are only one, two of us. He said there's only one. Is that not so? He said how many? Many. You can be great, and my greatness does not diminish your greatness. Hello? Is somebody hearing me? Yes. My greatness, do not allow the world to deceive you. The word says that unless somebody comes down, you cannot go up. So I must take that person from there. But Jesus said, in my Father's house, there are many mansions. And everybody can be great. When you see somebody's greatness, pray for them. And ask God to help you bring down your own. The truth is that some of us have formed an alliance with the devil. God has put a greatness in you. You are not using it. But you want to stop others from using this. You see, James and John were bold to say, and when they went, Jesus taught them. The others were timid. So somebody is bold enough to go to Father and say, Father, I want to sing. The Father said, okay, no problem. Our life, because you were not bold enough to go there, you are angry. And the devil, you see, as soon as Cain became angry, the devil entered. And he gave him an idea. Why not kick him out? Do not give the devil a chance. Resist him. And tell him always that I will do it the Jesus way, so that I can have and hold what God is. There's another thing I want you to learn from the gospel today, but it's a quick one. See, be careful about the promises you make. Be careful about promises. You see, even Jesus, who is God, was very smart. They came to him and asked him, they told him, do for us whatever we ask you. But Jesus said, what do you ask? Sometimes we are fast. As soon as somebody says, want to show us, I'll say, I promise, I'll do it for you. Even before we hear it. But Jesus made them say it first. Be careful. Not all things are within your power. And don't force yourself. If you force yourself, you look for a way anyhow. Because I've promised. Who can remember somebody who promised and did something evil so that he will keep his promise? Who remembers him? Who is that person? The Bible. The Bible. The Bible. Who remembers the person? Herod, let's start for him or her. Now, Herod was so rushed. I'll give you anything. Be careful about promises you make. But see, move on. Desire for greatness, but do it the Jesus way. And even when it is difficult, remember God is with you, and will make it end in glory. Be still.